So, the Vivo Primus Lite 3. I'm certainly not new to this. In fact, I'm very old to the game, but I can see why people are ranting and raving and why there's such a big thing for this barefoot thing. This is the first time I've actually taken the plunge going from Altra, which is zero drop, into a very, very minimal shoe. The Vivobarefoot Primus Lite 3. I know it's not for running in the woods like this and stuff, because obviously there doesn't have much tread, but for the gym stuff and for walking and a little bit of running on these treadmills, it just feels awesome. That ground connection, that proprioception you get, that feedback is it's a game changer. It really is. And I know this might sound like I'm ranting or raving, but I'm just annoyed that I hadn't taken the plunge before, because it's such a nice experience and you really do feel every pebble and bit and bob and leaf on the ground when you walk. And then when you're in the gym, you do feel the ground, so you can really push hard from the squats, you can get those lunges nice and stable, you can press down deep into the ground when you do the bench pressing. I am just very surprised and honestly very pleased about how they feel. Just so good, just such a nice feeling. And I have to buy the trail version to get that slightly thicker tread, well, not thicker tread but more of a tread, and just so I've got more grip, because there's just no grip. But admittedly, the white pair of Primus Lites is not good for the woods, but so be it. I don't really care anymore. I've had them for a week now, plenty of walking, few runs, loads of stuff in the gym, and I am absolutely tip-top loving them to pieces. You see, the thing about these Vivos, and I guess all the Vivobarefoots, is like the Altras, they're zero drop, unless like the Altras, they're nice and wide. But what they do offer, and I don't quite know how they do it because it's such a simple idea, is just supreme flexibility in the foot. And your foot can move around just like it's naturally supposed to. And yes, you do feel stuff and you might hit a pebble on your heel, but I think over time you get used to walking and running in such a way, your impact on the ground becomes lighter, more bouncier, and you use the elasticity in your foot and in your legs a lot more, and your posture becomes even more upright than it would do as opposed to training or running in the Altras, which I love. So 5 years in the Altras, and now I'm transitioning nicely over into the real barefoot because it just feels awesome. Do you like my little makeshift microphone? It's sort of tech meets natural. In regards to cost, obviously they're not cheap. Actually, they're pretty pricey for what they are. But then when I say for what they are, I guess it's because they look so simple, and all it is just an upper with a basic flexible sole. But there's a lot more to that, I think, and the engineering and the way they're designed and the way they fit and the way they snug around your foot nicely, it just feels really good. So I've gone for a size 10 in these Primus Lites. I'm normally about 10.5, but these feel absolutely fine. Plenty of wiggle room up front, so not to go on, but you really have that lovely, just that ground feel, and it feels just like you're a kid again, like you're in the woods running around. I can't even remember if I did run around barefoot, but it's something that a kid might do, and it just feels really nice because it just has that great connect to nature. And I think going forward, I'm going to definitely have to get the trail version so I've got more traction, but really get out there and just see what these guys can do. So transitioning will take time. As I said, I've been in zero drop shoes for about the last 3 or 4, well, about 5 years now. So my Achilles, my calves, they're used to that sort of zero drop. But again, your feet have to get used to that very minimal cushion because it's new. And I think basically that their claim is that it'll make your feet about 60% stronger. I'm not sure how they're quantifying that sort of increase in strength, but that's their claim. And I'm not sure how long it takes for you to get 60% stronger, maybe in 6 months or 3 months, but you can definitely feel more muscles and more tendons just working in the foot. Your big toe can really push down your little toe, and just that flexibility. So yeah, I can kind of see how that might work, but the idea of quantifying 60%, I'm not sure how they're gauging that, but I'll look into it. Okay, and here it is. Basically, here it is in its glory after a quick scrub and clean. The Vivobarefoot Primus Lite 3. Basically, in summary, I am really enjoying the feel of this shoe. The ground feel, the comfort, just the minimalistic feel, everything like that. Of course, I will still be using my Altras, and as I said, this will take a long time to transition to if you haven't A, gone zero drop, or B, gone minimal before, because there'll be a lot more stress on your Achilles and your calves and that posterior chain, plus the minimal amount of cushion underneath here will take some time, and if your running gait is slightly different, or if you heel strike, lots of things, and this won't suit everybody, but all I'm saying is that if you haven't tried barefoot shoes before, especially the Vivobarefoot here, I would recommend trying it and see how you feel, especially for the gym stuff, because you just get that amazing ground connect. As weight, it weighs 263 grams to 263 grams for a UK size 10, and that's with the insole in, and maybe still a little bit damp because I've just washed it. So yeah, very surprised, honestly surprised about how it feels. It's not some sort of flash in the pan moment. I'm just really genuinely intrigued, and I'm very intrigued to see how it goes with the trail versions, with the FG, the firm ground, and the SD, the soft ground, because I think I would like to try experimenting more running outdoors, especially in nature, because that's where it's really going to shine, because you just have that great connect. So I think I can imagine myself not taking any headphones, no music, going as minimal as possible, and taking those shoes out, the trail version, and just going running. Won't be far, and I'll build it up over time, because your feet still have to strengthen. And again, I'll be interested to see how that statement of 6% strength increase, how they can quantify that, and how that will play an impact on my feet. But please let me know below if you guys have this particular shoe, or the other Vivobarefoot shoes, other barefoot shoes, and I'll be interested to see how long it took you to transition, thoughts, whether you're still wearing them, and even if you don't like them, please let me know down below, because I can see this is not going to be a shoe that's going to be for everyone. But all I'm saying is that if you haven't tried them, just give it a shot. And if you don't like it, after a few months maybe, because I think you do need to give it some time, then so be it. But I'm just pleased that I have now taken the leap, and I'm in these shoes. So yeah, that's it. Right. Hope that helps. Hope it was interesting. Hope it was entertaining. Hope it was informative. If you haven't already, please do click that like button. And if you wouldn't mind, please do click that subscribe button if you haven't already, if you want to see more stuff like this. So please do that. Right. Take care. See you soon. Bye-bye. I'm out. Nice and flexible. Scrunchy, scrunchy, scrunchy.